I'm going to get into it in the AFC East. I have Miami in the 1 seed at 11-6. The Jets at 11-6, tied with them in the second. Buffalo actually coming in third. Buffalo fans, y'all have a rough schedule. Check out that schedule. It is rough. And then I have New England rounding out that division at a whopping 3-14.
It's generous.
That is probably generous. I had to give them a couple wins. I mean, they could literally go 0-17 for all I know. I mean, they are rough. AFC West, no shock. I have the Chiefs coming in at 15-2. Put that down in the books. Everybody remember. Jay did make a good point.
Who did they lose to?
They lost to San Francisco. And who else did they lose to? I forget who I had them losing to. I think I had them splitting with the Chargers.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know Kansas City usually doesn't pick it up. Jay made this point, but they usually don't start figuring it out till late in the season. But I don't know. I like the Chiefs. I think they're going to beat a lot of teams, and they put it all together this year. But I have the Chargers coming in second at 11-6. The Raiders at 6-11. Again, a little wonky of a season. Not sure what they're going to do. And then I have the Broncos at 5-12, coming in last in that division. The AFC North, our division. No shock here, but I do have the Ravens taking the first seed. I have them, first in the AFC North at 12-5. I then have them followed up by the Bengals at 10-7. The Browns at 9-8.
Right.
And then I think my Steelers finished last with a positive record. Never forget. 9-8. I think we tie with the Browns as well. Moving on to the AFC South, I have the Texans at 10-7. This is a bit of a tough division to kind of rank because I do like the Texans. I do like the Jags.
I think this is a toss-up division. I think this is going to be like week 18 is going to decide who wins this division.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Texans and Jags are very similar. I like them a lot this year, but nothing crazy on the win column, but I do have both of them at 10-7. I just have the Texans at the 1 and the Jags in the 2 spot. Then I have them followed up by the Colts. I think the Colts are definitely on the rise, improving. I think they're at 8-9 this year. And then I have the Titans at 6-11. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's too rough. But they do have a rough schedule in a bit of a rough division, but we'll see how that goes. But I do have them at 6-11. Moving on to the NFC. The NFC East we're going to start with. I do have the Eagles at 12-5. I do like the Eagles. I think they're definitely one of the better teams in the NFC. They're followed up with the Cowboys at 9-8. Coming in 3 spot is the Commanders at 7-10, and then the Giants
doing the Giants dirty at 2-15.
I just don't see.
I haven't really looked at their schedule, but 2-15 is wild.
I mean, playing the Eagles twice and the Cowboys twice, I think that's 4
They
losses.
could split with the Cowboys.
They could. I just don't like Danny Jones. I don't like Danny Jones at all.
There's dimes.
No, he doesn't.
Malik Neighbors. They unretired his jersey number.
I mean,
they're winning more than 2 games.
Unless they're running the wild.
He might be playing quarterback, actually.
I mean, you might have to. They might just cut Danny halfway through the season. We're going on to the NFC West. In my opinion, the best, if not one of the best divisions of football. I got the 49ers coming in at 14-3. I have the Seahawks coming in at 12-5, and the Rams followed up shortly after.
Is surprising.
Yeah,
12-5 is a good season.
Yeah, I think I like Seattle. I like their
the same record as the Ravens.
Yes, I agree. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I went through their schedule. I mean, I think they can win anywhere from 10 to 12.
You're a Geno believer?
I think they're going to win 12
you
games
didn't
this year.
Geno.
I think it's like a Brock Purdy situation.
Game manager.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Wait, do you like Geno Smith? I like Pete Carroll. I like the defense. I like the running backs. I like the wide receivers.
I like Geno. I don't love him. I don't know. They're winning 12 games. Somebody book it. We'll come back to that. Yeah. They're shortly followed by the Rams at 11-6, and then unfortunately the Cardinals are sitting at 5-12. But those top 3 teams are definitely probably going to be playoff teams. We're moving on to the NFC North, led by the Detroit Lions at 13-4. Again, one of the better teams in the league. Excited to watch them. Packers coming in behind them at 10-7. Not a bad year. Maybe a little bit low for some people, but still a good team at 10-7. They might even make noise in the playoffs. They did last year, and they were super close to beat the 49ers, so we'll see about that. Vikings coming in at 7-10, and then the Bears, while I like where they're going, it's tough to win in the league as a rookie, unless you're CJ Stroud. I do have them at 4-13. We'll see how that works. But lastly, and definitely least, because this division sucks, The NFC South, I have the Falcons
Put some respect on the Falcons.
You said they were going to win 10 games.
I know.
Yeah, I have them at 9-8. That's pretty close. That's close. 9-8's not bad.
I mean, they're sweeping the Saints and the Panthers.
They're sweeping the Panthers, not the Saints. They're split with the Saints. Trust. Falcons at 9-8. I got the Bucks coming in behind them at 7-10. Saints at 6-11, and the best team in the league, the Panthers, are somehow squeaking out 2 wins this year. That might even be pushing it, but I got them at 2-15. Those are my picks.
Put some respect on Bryce Young's name.
I like Bryce, but their team is trash, bro.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's on their team.
Yeah, I don't know
Adam
either.
Thielen.
I think they have like tickets that they give away for fans to play on the weekend. I don't even know. But those are my picks for the division. Book them, sign it, and those are all hitting, and those are all right for sure. Moving on.
Literally looking into the future. If you look at all this, you're just looking at the future.
Yeah, I mean, those are all – actually, that's what's going to happen this year. So if you're a fan of any of those teams – just be ready for what I said.
So the Bengals are going 1-17. That's the one thing I disagree with. The Giants, I think, will win 4 or 5 games.
Okay, they're 2 more than what I said.
Yeah. Falcons are winning probably 11.
It went from 10 now to 11 because I put them at 9.
No, they're winning 11. Easiest schedule in the NFL. They're not losing 8 games with Kirk O'Chains at the helm.
Kirk might not even make it the whole
7-10 for the Vikings. I don't know about Sammy Darnold. I haven't looked at their schedule, but the Vikings, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like the Bears to not come in last.
Not go 4-13. If you take their schedule and you just do like quarterback and coach matchup, it's hard to win as a rookie in the NFL. You know what's funny is I don't even think that 4-13 is really going to even be that bad. I think they're competing in a lot of those games. Like it's not just they're getting blown out or anything.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
Any other comments on?
Let's see. No,